All right, everybody, who's ready for a brand new DC update? Oh boy, is the internet on fire because of what Zack Snyder posted today. Now, I'm sorry I haven't had an update earlier than this. I still want to do my box office update and also my movie news update, which may come later today, but more than likely tomorrow. I've been really busy this weekend. It's back to school, so I was out all day yesterday with the family shopping, getting ready for the new school year for our kids, and I picked up a new TV, and that has consumed all of my time because I had to hang it yesterday, and now I'm in the process of getting all signed in on everything and learning about all of the different functions of the TV. And I'm going to tell you, I picked up the Hisense U7K, which, holy freaking crap, is this TV pretty amazing. I can't wait to do a review on it. I highly recommend this TV. I'm going to use it for a couple of weeks and then do a review on it, a full review. But I'm going to leave a link for this TV in the description. It's on sale right now, about $300 off from what it's going to be. And for the money you're spending and what you're getting for this TV is freaking amazing. So I'll leave a link for that TV in the description. So that is an affiliate link. It helps out my channel. It helps me if you do decide to purchase it from Amazon. And so look for that link in the description of the video. So let's get into today's DC news. And before I get into that, I always forget, I should do this at the beginning of the video. But hey, if you like my videos, please like them. Hit the like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You will be notified as I have new videos go up. I have a lot of content that is going to be coming up. And if you're not signed in or if you're not subscribed and hitting that notification bell, you will miss something. I can't believe I had so many comments the other day when I started, putting up more movie reviews. And people were like, I had no idea you did movie reviews and that you did anything other than DC stuff. And yeah, I do quite a few things on my channel. So you're going to want to be subscribed and also hitting that notification bell to be notified when all of those videos go live. But let's take a look at what we have here today. So let's start off with the small stuff here. I thought this was kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about this. It says DC is officially set to introduce a brand new villain. The villain's name is Shush, the female version of Hush. Now, I don't know if this is a joke or not, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. I don't know if they're going to say it's Hush's daughter or what they're going to do, but this seems kind of funky and out there. And you see kind of the colors they're using in the background now. I will tell you that in the comic run that I'm in the middle of, I just finished up Fear State, so I'm about a year behind on everything. And I hated that storyline. I hated the future stuff. I hated, everything they were doing. I don't mind Bruce Wayne being stripped of his money and of those types of things. I think that's an interesting choice for that character and an interesting dilemma. But as far as the world around him, I'm not digging it. I'm not digging this version of DC. But hopefully it gets better. But like I said, I am a year behind on reading a lot of stuff. But this is the first photo I wanted to show. All right, so Zachary Levi came out the other day and said, that Shazam Fury of the Gods, the reviews for them were insanely unkind. He said, the audience score is still quite good. Regardless of what it is, this was probably my biggest disappointment for any of the DC films that have been released so far. The one I like the least is Birds of Prey. The whole plot of that movie was a girl eats a freaking key. When she poops it out, whoever's there when she poops it out becomes the king of Gotham. I thought it was just ridiculous. But, for this film here, it was just way sillier than the first. I was hoping for something more that was going to progress these characters further, but they became more adolescent in this film, and I didn't like that. I did not like that at all. Here's a picture from the new Folie à Deux. I don't know how you say that. The Joker 2. And it says this is going to be the only DC movie that is scheduled for release in 2024. How sad is that? How freaking sad is that? They have options, but whether Warner Brothers decides to do anything about it it's up to them. Now, I found this kind of funny. This came from Fandom Wire, which is not always accurate on stuff, but I laughed when I saw this. It says James Gunn reportedly approached Henry Cavill amid backlash to return to the DCU after new Superman casting. I laughed when I saw this. I don't think this is true, but I thought it would be funny to kind of include here. Also, a listener brought this to my attention. A viewer said that Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2 release date announced. I had no idea that they were doing a Scooby-Doo and a Crypto team-up film. I have not seen Crypto yet. I guess I will have to go see it before this gets released. I think this gets released before the end of the year. So if I have a chance, if I have a chance, I will review this. But it's not at the top of my list of DC stuff to be partaking in. I wanted to include this just because I thought it was a cool picture. Zack Snyder and Henry Cavill together at the Man of Steel. I wish we could go back. I really do. I really wish we could go back and the studio would have just let them make their movies, both him and David Ayer, and we would not be in the situation we're in today. It's sad. So here is what put the internet on fire today. Zack Snyder posted on Twitter and on Vero, looking forward to taking my kids to see Blue Beetle. Representation matters, Blue Beetle. Now, there are some things I want to point out here, okay? Everyone was sending me messages pointing this out to me. What does this mean? It means that Zack Snyder's a really good guy. That's all that this means. People are looking into it saying, hey, this means there's a deal going on behind the scenes and he wants to show goodwill towards Warner Brothers Discovery, and that may be the case. There's no proof of that. What we do know is that Zack Snyder is a stand-up guy, and when it comes to representation matters, some people misconstrued my comments saying I wasn't going to go see this because it had a Latino lead, and that is not the case, okay? That has nothing to do with my decision to go see this or not. It's because of Warner Brothers' decisions to butcher the films, to butcher The Flash, to butcher Aquaman 2, and I do not want to support them at this stage, okay? That is my reasoning for not going to see this. There is a possibility I may cave on this. It depends on how my wife feels about going to see the film. She has gotten me to go see some things that I would not have seen otherwise. So unless she really wants to see it, I will be skipping this, and I am definitely skipping Aquaman 2 because I know the studio absolutely butchered that film. But let's talk about representation matters, especially in regards to Zack Snyder, because Zack Snyder, Warner Brothers Discovery, I think is the most racist studio on the planet, and they have been for quite some time. They do not know how to deal with race. They just don't. You had Zack Snyder with Zack Snyder's Justice League. He had Ray Fisher in there, and look what Warner Brothers Discovery did to Ray Fisher. It's ridiculous. They butchered his storyline in the theatrical version. Then you had Martian Manhunter, who was played by a black man. You also had Green Lantern, who was going to be played by a black man. And what did Warner Brothers do? Cut it out. Nope, can't do it. Can't use that scene. He also had an Asian guy playing Adam. They cut that out too. So Zack Snyder had representation in his movies, but Warner Brothers decided to cut it all out. That is not how you deal with it. The way Zack Snyder was doing it was organic. The way the studios do it is not. And it's just, I've never seen them handle race in such a poor manner. I just don't understand these studios. They just don't know how to do it the right way. You want to go see a diverse movie that was fun and well done? Go see Haunted Mansion. That's how you do it, okay? This may be a good movie. I don't know. But the comments by the director, that this is unapologetically Latino, I can't envision if somebody came out and said this is unapologetically a white Caucasian film. I can't imagine that would go well with everybody else. And so I don't like when people come out and make political comments on films. Let us just go enjoy the movies, period. So this is going into what I just discussed. It says exclusive, Justice League 2 and 3 officially in the works at Warner Brothers Discovery with Snyder directing and Nolan producing. Original cast all returning. Blue Beetle poster is just the beginning. The Snyderverse is being restored. So somebody put this up. I don't know if this is true or not. It could be. I mean, there is a possibility, all right? I don't think it is because, again, Snyder's a good guy. Now, on that note, he could be posting this as a favor. He is friends with James Gunn, and he may be doing that. But if you notice, he didn't hashtag DC. He didn't hashtag Warner Brothers. He didn't hashtag James Gunn. He hashtagged Representation Matters and Blue Beetle. And I will tell you that this one piece of advertising probably did more for this movie than anything Warner Brothers Discovery has done to help the film. Now, I laughed at this, and I actually pulled up the article, and we're going to look at the synopsis of this article, but it says, James Gunn's DCU will soon be in full flow, with the director already proving his version of the franchise is better than its predecessor. What? James Gunn's DCU is already better for one specific reason. Well, they quote a few, so it's not one specific reason. And here is the summary. James Gunn's openness and honesty with fans on social media is a refreshing change from Warner Brothers' previous lack of clarity regarding the DC Universe. Openness and honesty? There were several straight-up lies in some of the stuff he said online. Gunn and Safran have a clear vision for the DC Universe with a planned slate of films, unlike the disjointed nature of previous DC films. There was a clear and planned slate of films prior to this with the DCEU, but the studios came in and butchered everything. So that is not because of James Gunn, once again. And it says, Gunn's interactions with fans on social media have proved insight and clarity into the direction of the franchise, fixing the issues of confusion and backlash that plagued the former Snyderverse. That confusion and backlash came from the mainstream media, from critics, and from the studios, not the fans. And it's really hilarious that they're trying to blame this all on Snyder, because Gunn has been downright rude to fans online, and it's just not a good look. I would say he has done more damage to the brand online than he has done positive stuff. This is just, again, somebody sucking up to James Gunn. It's sick. He hasn't even made a DC movie. Well, he's done Suicide Squad and he's done Peacemaker, but Superman isn't out, and they're already calling this a success. Some people even saying if it doesn't even make any money and is a flop, it's a success. What kind of backwards thinking is this? Now, this is from Zack Snyder's Vero account, where he said, excited to take my kids to Blue Beetle, representation matters. So he just put that up on his Vero account, and I did double check that to make sure he has done that as well. All right, guys, so there you have it. We did have Zack Snyder come out of the woodwork and did support this film. I think that is going to get some of his fan base to go see it. But again, I am not just a Zack Snyder fan, and some people think that that's all I am, but that is not the case. It's never been the case. I do love his stuff and do wish to see the story finished, but I also want to see David Ayer's stuff finished. I love what James Wan did with the first Aquaman. I loved what Patty Jenkins did with the first Wonder Woman. I loved all of that stuff. So it's not just about Snyder, all right? You can believe that. You can think whatever you want, but that is not the case. All right, I appreciate the support. There's my update for the day. Look for the box office update and the big movie news update coming up here in the next 24 hours. I do appreciate it. We'll see you on the next review, or the next update, actually.